Say it.
Go.
So, what would we do if God talked to us like we talk to our children?
That's what I would do. I'm going to answer that, and then I want you to go into what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
This is part 3 of our children's video about the spoken word, and Leslie just said something very profound, a moment that we should all take a second and think about. What would we do if God talked to us the way we talk to our children? Our Heavenly Father. And I told her, what would I do if he looked at me and said, "You are so lazy. Why did you not do your laundry today?" And I could put myself in my kids' place right now and think to how they feel if my Heavenly Father were to look at me and say that, because he could do it every day. I'd be really sad. I'd be really brokenhearted knowing that I disappointed my Heavenly Father and someone who I want to make proud. I totally disappointed him. But what if he did it every day with everything that I did?
But grace is new every day.
Grace is new every day.
Yes.
Think about that. Elaborate.
Okay. I went blank. I completely and utterly went blank.
Grace is given to us
every day.
Every single day when we wake up, God says this is a new day.
Right.
Is it promised? No. Our days are not promised. Tomorrow is not promised to us. But when we do wake up in the morning, our grace is brand new. It starts over. Here's a clean slate. What will you put on this slate today? What will your children remember of today?
Right. You know, you have bad days. Everybody has bad days. Your kids have bad days. Don't hold on to something that happened yesterday. Don't be mad because fingernail polish was spilt yesterday. Tomorrow,
give them grace.
Grace.
Give them grace. Give them the grace that you get every day
from God.
Because we are all human. Our children are human. They're going to mess up. They're going to make mistakes. And, the thing is, we're training them up. We're training them up to go in this way. I told Leslie, it's like with my kid, they need to understand. Children need to understand. And if we take the time to humble ourselves and say, this is just a child. She's only been on this earth for 7 years, 10 years. What has she learned in that time? She learned a lot. She's learned to walk, talk, interact, make friends, write, read. Think about this. Yet she can't put her shoes away, and she can't put her laundry away, and she can't, there's so much that we expect of our children. And I'm not saying not to expect, because in my home we have very high expectations for our children, but what I've changed is my outlook toward them as to how to get them to react to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, girlfriend, I'm telling you right now, it works. When you take the time to think through how you approach your children versus the old I said so method. I think we're all aware of that one. I don't know if you ever got the I said so.
I still get the I said so.
Okay, well, why? Because I said so, right?
Give an explanation.
I'm your mother, and I'm the boss, and I said so, and that's how it's going to be.
Why are you saying so?
Right. Well, what they really need to know is, Caitlin, the reason I want you to clean your room is because God put me in your life to raise you up to be a young woman, a mother of children, and a wife to a man one day who's worthy of you. And I want you to be capable of taking care of a home. And I want you to be capable of providing an atmosphere of grace and an atmosphere of welcoming and love and humility to people. And when you do that and you take care of your home, you're taking care of what God gave you. Mm-hmm. And I did tell Caitlin that one day. I told her, I said, Caitlin, I said, I know I've spent so much time telling you about how you're cleaning your room because I didn't make the mess. You're going to clean it up. And, you're responsible for one room in this house and I'm responsible for 10. A little dramatic. But I'm saying, I've thrown those at her. Do you think she really cared? Honestly, do you think she cared that she had one room and I had all the others? No, because in her eyes, she just didn't want to clean her room. But when I taught her that, look, God gave you this space, and there are many children in this world who do not have this space.
Mm-hmm.
And when we don't take care of it, what we're doing is pretty much denying that we're grateful for that space and that we don't appreciate what God gave us. So I want to teach you, and that's my job, to teach you to be grateful for what God gave you. Now, I can take my own advice. I can heed my own advice there, because there are many nights I don't do the dishes before I go to bed. And I think to myself, I'm grateful for those dishes, but I don't feel like washing.
Dirty or not.
They steal the dishes, and I'm still thankful because they served my family tonight, but they can sit there on the counter for me. But it's an example, because then she sees mom lets stuff sit around everywhere. Why does she get after me about setting stuff everywhere and not doing it? It's all about the example you set.
Mm-hmm.
Hypocritical.
Mm-hmm.
My kids use the word hypocrite a lot, not towards me, though they can. But I'm saying they see it. They see people and they're like, Mom, isn't that being a hypocrite? You know, they said this, but they did this.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that being a hypocrite? Am I supposed to deny that to them? Because it's right. It's true. That person was being a hypocrite.
Right.
That person did tell their kid not to use that language. Don't talk like that. And then turn the next second and drop an F-bomb to their friend. They did. So what is that kid supposed to think? And I've heard I'm the adult. I've heard that so much, it makes me want to vomit. All right. When you turn 18, you can talk how you want to talk or whatever. I don't believe that either.
No.
I don't believe that either. Because it's all in retrospect. It's all in like your view. They're going to apply that rule to other places in life.
Mm-hmm.
Not just their cursing.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to apply the fact that Mom said this but did this in other aspects of life. Not just in the adult.
Just because you say it doesn't mean you mean it.
Right.
Right. Mean what you say what you mean.
And live it. Live it. Live it. Let your kids see it in you. Be willing to get down eye level to them and say, this is why. These are my expectations, but this is why. Because it matters. Make things matter. Make them understand. They're little sponges. They get it. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, they will change.
Mine gets it too well. Let me tell you about the whole cleaning.
What are you looking at?
Yeah. Don't look at me.
Sorry. This morning she said that yesterday and it was really funny.
This morning she was dusting, actually, with the Swiffer duster in the living room. Mm-hmm. And I knew she had been up playing in her bedroom. So she's like adamantly helping dust.
Right.
So I looked at her and I said, you know, you're doing a good job cleaning down here. Is your room clean? She looked at me. She said, I'm done.
Oh. Like crap.
Yeah, like, I'm done cleaning for the day.
You never saw this.
You're still sleeping.
This was a magic wand, not a duster. Sorry, we go on these trips sometimes. I get it.
But you know what I'm saying?
I totally get it.
What do you do?
But if she walks into your bedroom, what's your bedroom look like?
It's clean. I mean, I didn't make my bed this morning.
Little things, right?
Right.
Little things. Because they're going to notice that's a big thing to them. They're going to notice that. Mom didn't make her bed. Because they'll notice what you didn't do.
Right.
They don't notice what you did. They'll notice what you didn't.
My laundry's put away.
Right.
Right.
That's the thing. And I'm not saying that everybody has to have a perfect house and keep everything can't be perfect all the time, but the importance is that we explain and that we walk our kids through the why of things. These are the expectations we set. If I want you to be out the door at a certain time because school starts at this time, it's not hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Go, 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 go. It's, listen, you're accountable to a teacher who wants to begin a class at this time. It's important that your word and your character is defined in your behavior. So when you say something, it has to stand for something. See, our country used to be that way. Our country used to be a man's word was enough. Mm-hmm. A man meant what he said, and he did it. He followed through. Well, see, that doesn't exist a lot. And I'm sorry, in our society right now, it doesn't exist. There's so many people who say and say and say, and they don't deliver. And what we have to do is raise a generation up. This next generation is crucial to where our country's going to be. Think about that. Not saying my kid's going to be president. I'm just, though he probably could. But I'm saying, I think I'd like for him to be president now.
Probably could.
But I'm saying, if we're raising up a generation that's going to take over our country one day, and that's going to lead our homes and our, our environment, our government, our economy, don't we want them to be instilled with values such as integrity, honesty, personal responsibility, a love of God?
Oh, and flies.
I hate the flies. But do you see what I'm saying? There's a characteristic that's missing when we just command our children to do everything. There's a characteristic that we're not building in them. Respect is not built on demand.
Right.
It's just not.
Right.
I demand you respect me because I'm your mama. Well,
you should respect me because I give you a reason to respect you.
And here's something. I learned this a long time ago through reading a book called Have a New Kid by Friday. I recommend that to all moms right now. Whether your kid is like off track or not, I was able to apply some things out of that book in a big way in my home. You have to respect your children. And I know the old respect is earned thought process is, there's a place for that.
But the thing is what have your kids done to not have your respect? You know what I mean?
But is it respectful for you to expect the worst out of them all the time? Like, for example, like what I did was I changed the way that I talk to my children. Instead of when they leave my sight, they go to school today, I no longer look at them and say, hey, mind your manners, be good, have da-da-da-da. I say, remember whose you are. And that, I'm talking about God then. When my kids get out of my car, I simply look at them and say, remember whose you are today. And in that, they know that means that their behavior, their words all matter. That they're a reflection of whose they are. Mm-hmm. And that's our God, So I no longer say things to them that make them think that I doubt them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like be good because
be good.
I think you might not.
Right. Because that makes them think my mom thinks I need to be told that every single day. Mm-hmm. And the example in the book was about a teenager who was getting a driver's license and had a curfew set. And instead of saying, be home by 10, if you're late, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, these are the repercussions if you don't come home by 10. The father then changed his words to say, I'll see you at curfew. Period. Mm-hmm. Didn't add, didn't remind, didn't keep on about it. But that child knew that my dad respects me enough to know that I'll be here on time. Mm-hmm. That is a powerful thing. When you give your children the ability to feel respect. My mom trusts me. Mm-hmm. Like when I ask the kids to clean their room, I'll say, hey guys, 20 minutes, I need your rooms done. I got faith in you. And I'll tell you, Caitlin, that was a fight for months and months. She did not want to clean her room, and I would go up there and she would be crying her eyes out. It was a horrible, horrible experience. And I mean, I'm up there going, what the heck is the big deal? Just put your clothes in your drawer, make your bed, and stop throwing your shoes everywhere, and you wouldn't even have to ever clean this place. My kids don't have a ton of toys. They're older. And I didn't understand it. It was so overwhelming to her. She just couldn't handle it. And she wanted help. Can you help me? Dylan, will you help me? Help me, help me, help me. And I got to the point where I'm like, no. So I walked up and I told her, girl, I got faith in you. You can do this. It's not hard. Mm-hmm. You're a smart girl. You're capable. I trust you. Take as long as you need. Mm-hmm. Take as long as you need. There's no time limit. There's no time frame on this. But just know that I'd like for you to be at the dinner table when dinner's ready. And I'll tell you what, that kid has got her room cleaned down to a science now. And I'm talking perfect drawers. Short sleeve shirts folded perfectly. Pants folded perfectly. long sleeve shirts, pajamas and socks, everything perfectly within a 20
So
minute
it was the
time
time
frame.
limit. It was the time limit
It was
for
the
her.
stress of it. It
Yeah.
was the stress of knowing I've only got 20 minutes. Now she's done in 20 minutes and never thinks twice about it. But it was the fact that she thought, I'll never make it.
I'm going to disappoint.
I'm never going to make it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do this alone. I can't do this alone. And now she does it with no hesitancy whatsoever. It blows my mind. And that was in a matter of 6 months of me just continuously saying, girl, you got this.
Mm-hmm.
You got it. You can do this. No time frame, but dinner, I really would like you at the dinner table.
Right.
Fixed. It's all about your words, people. It really is all about your words. And I got a lot of work to do still. And this is a 15-minute end to this.
Yes.
Choose your words. Choose them wisely. Love your kids. Teach them how to love. And give them the grace that you get every day.
Every day.
Brand new. Peace out.
Bye, guys.